So this is the second video I'm doing today, and it's going to be on AOC. So apparently she slams barbaric and inhumane border conditions and demands reparations for separated families. Separated families when Trump uh, had his immigration policy when he was still president. Here's the thing. I am a fan of AOC simply because she speaks her mind. All right. She is a Latina American, a Latino American who speaks her mind. All right. Now, do I think everything she says is right? Do I believe everything she says? Do I care? The whole political environment these days, it's sadly enough for everybody, for all politicians, Republicans, Democrats, etc., it's pretty much a popularity contest. Okay, blacks have been doing this over the last 25 years. Everybody else pretty much has been. Donald Trump's been doing it over the 25 years. It's pretty much how popular you are, how likable you are. It's not even about what you say. All right, and I think that Latino Americans should follow that directive. I guess I don't know if I don't know if it should be called a directive, but follow that the what's going on right now as far as the whole political scene. As you know, nobody actually cares what you say as much as whether you say it as loud as you can say it. And this is why I respect AOC, because she understands the game. Okay, she understands the game. A lot of people think she's stupid. A lot of people think she's unprepared for the job. A lot of people think she shouldn't be in the position she's in because she's a bartender. She was a bartender. She didn't have enough experience. But did Barack Obama actually have experience for the job? I mean, come on. The guy wouldn't even show his grades. The guy didn't really have that much experience when he was whatever he was of Chicago at the time. And they picked him because A, he was part black, B, because he was part white, C, because he said a whole bunch of he was I guess you could quote unquote charismatic. But if you pick him and then you kind of splice together you show him in a certain light, anybody could be charismatic. But to be honest with you, AOC does what she does. Do I believe the whole immigration thing with them needing to give some kind of reparations for the families? Maybe not. I don't care. I don't even think that much. I haven't actually even thought that much about the whole immigration policy. My stance on the whole immigration thing is, particularly with the Mexican border, is that everybody's an immigrant in this country. The Native Americans were the first and the original Americans on this land. And the fact that so many Latino Americans have a high percentage of Native American blood, I think this is one of those situations like Africa, where the Africans have fought for the right to have their land back. I think these people should have the right to just crisscross the Americas whenever they want to, because they are essentially descendants of the Native Americans of this country. I think they're outside of maybe the western part of America. A lot of people don't know too much about Aslan and how Latino Americans, particularly Mexican Americans, feel about California and Arizona and New Mexico being part of Mexico. And they have every right to think that way, because America actually went out of their way to actually take land from other people. Now the whole immigration thing, I say, like, from my point of view, everybody, this is an immigrant nation. the more immigrants, the better. Particularly when the border that you're trying to protect is actually part of the Americas. This is not Europe where everybody who's all the white people of Europe have been there for like thousands of years. The Euro Americans and the African Americans have only been here for like less than 600 years at most. Most of the people who have been here, longer than them, like 15,000 years, 16,000 years, have been Native Americans, and these people are the descendants of Native Americans, and I think they actually have every right to it. On top of that, I feel that they should have, if you're gonna have a policy where you're gonna allow certain immigrants into this country, you should probably have a policy that protects them with dignity upon entering this country. Because here's the thing about it. All right, this country actually need these immigrants. These immigrants take jobs, not take jobs, but they do the jobs that Americans don't want. On top of that, there is this thing about populations decreasing populations because of low birth rate. That's happening everywhere. That's happening even in China. That's happening, and that is the reason why these people, these immigrants, are needed in this country. They're actually needed in this country. I don't know why Joe Biden or anybody else doesn't make that a thing, because then there's nothing free. And these immigrants are, for the most part, are hardworking. They serve a purpose, and they're better Americans than the Americans in this country for the most part. That's how I feel about it. They're harder working. When they come into the country, they actually live the ethos of the American dream, coming here with very little and then going out their way to build up their livelihood, to be responsible American citizens, to build up their communities. Obviously, they're better Americans than most Americans in this country, and they have, if they're being let in, they have the right to have, to have their dignity. All right, and I'm going off base here as far as my original topic on AOC. All right, aside from her being pretty, obviously she's pretty. I mean, a lot of people have made fun over her overbite, but still, she's an attractive woman, and I'm only saying that because a lot of people have actually bashed her on every single conceivable level. But I fully support her. Okay, I fully support her being able to get a message out there whenever she wants to get her message out there. I fully support a non-white, non-black person who understands the political game that has occurred in this country over the last 20 years. She's just playing the same games that Donald Trump is playing, was playing. She's playing the same games that the whole political arena is playing, and it's not because she's dumb or unaware or just naive or any of those things. Even if she was, it's a good thing, because that's how the political game is played these days. All right, it's not what you say. It's pretty much how you getting your image out there and being the most popular person on that ticket. That's the only thing that matters as far as getting elected at this point. Because let's face it, a lot of these politicians don't get elected because A, nobody knows them. B, they have no connection to the political network that pushes them, and C, they need to get their name out there. That's just part of how it works in politics. You need to get your name out there, and you need to keep your name out there, and she does that. All right, the fact that she gets attention every time she says something means that she's actually doing something right, because politicians are essentially like celebrities. The more you get your name out there, the more people know you, and they'll vote for you because they know you. They, regardless, I'm sure that, these politicians, the policies are pretty much the same as the person next to them. All right. So it's very hard to distinguish one from another, except for, which one of these politicians actually resonate with the constituents. And to resonate with the constituents, you're just gonna have to be the most popular person on the block, and that's what she is, as far as this is concerned. So AOC, every time she makes the news, it's a thumbs up for her. Every time you guys have a criticism of her, it's a thumbs up for her, because you know who she is. You guys aren't, doing, criticizing some other politician. I don't know any other politician from New York outside of Cuomo, and he's only famous because Cuomo, De Blasio, and AOC. Those are the three politicians that I know of at this moment. Because nobody else has made a name for themselves, and she has. So thumbs up to her.